Hello everyone, this is Charlotte and we're chatting in cars. This is a podcast where I talk about random topics as I drive to work. You will hear beeping, scraping, and sometimes thudding, particularly if I'm going through a 40 zone. There is a disclaimer. Children, they bounce. There is a disclaimer at the start of this podcast because I do talk about sensitive topics and I do swear. So if you don't want to hear that today and it is Wednesday, maybe you got halfway through the week and thought, fuck it, I'm so tired and I don't care anymore. Drama. You can absolutely turn it off because I'm not going to make you listen to it. Nobody's going to make you do anything unless you let them make you do something. So, alright. I talk about weird stuff as well. I talk about all kinds of horrible things that have happened to me. So you don't have to listen to it. I've already lived it. I'm only talking about it because I'm trying to make sense of it. Yeah, so that's up to you guys. Yeah, totally, as adults. Anyway, so the topic for today is, in some kind of horrible, traumatic way, dating. I am fucking useless when it comes to dating. I don't understand it. Or maybe I've just had some bad experiences because, you know what, I'm not into it at the moment. It's making me sad. I want it to be some wonderful experience where you find the love of your life and it's romantic and everybody gets along and nobody's trying to kill each other or use each other, but you know, it's fucked up right now. I'm not having a good time of it. Not that I'm doing a lot of it because to be honest, I'm terrified of it because you know what it is? I met my ex-husband at 17. We dated for 10 years. I married him at 27. I divorced him at 33. And now 37. I've known all of two people in my life, my ex-husband and my ex-boyfriend. So really, I'm basing my experiences off some horrible experiences. My ex-husband was if you've listened to the other podcast, I won't go on about it, but he was an overt narc and he was a prick. And my ex-boyfriend that came after him, so I waited about 2 years before I started dating again. And I walked into a covert narc and a fuckboy, essentially. So yeah, that was not a good experience. So I dated him on and off for 2.5 years trying to make that shit work. And yeah, so it didn't work. Eventually I left and that was in January of this year. So yeah, I've not had some good experiences. I'm waiting for the other divorced people like me to turn up that have got jobs and shit. That aren't trying to fuck around and are just like that jaded that they just want someone who's into long-term relationships. I don't know where the fuck they are. Where are my jaded homies at? What the fuck? Yeah, so I've had some bad experiences. I had people recommend that I go on things like Tinder and stuff. My gay friend Chrissy says I should go on. Chrissy's a guy, by the way. I just call him Chrissy because it pisses him off. He's uber masculine gay guy. I call him Christy. He says I go on Grindr. I'm like, I don't know about that, dude. It just sounds like something where you whore. I'm not into apps. They scare me. And to be honest, they feel like a meat market. I mean, I don't go to pubs either because that is a meat market. I've had some terrible experiences walking into a pub. Really, just horrible, intrusive interactions with guys. And you just sit there and you think, fuck me, is this what's in the area? Is this what I'm supposed to be looking for? It's like, not really. So just piggish behavior. I don't know if it's people in the pubs or if it's guys in Australia or if it's, I don't know, man. Maybe it's pub culture, it just attracts that kind of person. So I don't bother going to them. That and I don't drink, so there's no real point for me to be there besides maybe if there's a decent band playing or something, or if I'm going to go see a UFC fight. And if I'm going to see a fucking fight, I want to be left the fuck alone. You know? I don't want some guy sitting near me talking to me all the time like, dude, I'm here for the fucking fight. So it's terrible conditions to try and date someone in, unless of course they're into the fight as much as you are, right? And you're like, fuck, dude. I mean, last fight I went to was McGregor when he broke his ankle or whatever it was. Was it the ankle or is it his shin? Either way, it was hanging off. It was pretty epic. But, you know, not exactly conditions, unless you can both relate to how gruesome and awesome that was at the same time. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. So, yeah, I don't exactly set myself up for conditions that are optimum for finding a mate, if that is the case. And I'm past childbearing age as far as I'm concerned. Not that I ever wanted kids. But, you know, I've got no real biological clock to push me to find someone. So I'm quite happy. I'm self-sufficient as well, financially. So it's not like I'm waiting on someone for money, you know? It's like I've not got that codependent side of me. I've been traumatized from childhood to be independent. So again, I don't have that, need to have someone around me. So I'm losing, I'm losing reasons to find someone at this point. It's kind of bad, I think, because I do feel the need to find someone. I want to find a dude for me, man. I want to find someone who's a buddy, right? Parts of me are pretty mannish. Most of me is pretty feminine, but at the same time, I'm in Mercenary Road right now because it's Wednesday. I'm heading to work and I know what I'm walking into, so I need to man up and get on with it. Naturally, if I was relaxed and if I was myself, I would be soft and fluffy, which I usually am on a Saturday. Ooh, that guy nearly died. Good way to pull out on a bike, like a pedal bike. Idiot. Okay, sorry. I'm watching traffic, which is probably good considering I'm driving a car. Not a big car, a car. But, and I find like when I'm in mercenary mode, I do tend to intimidate guys. I'm sorry, guys. It's like I'm here for a functionalist purpose. I'm not here to, feed your ego and shit like that. If you don't do the job, I'll tell you fucked up. Because she's so mean. Am I mean or am I just pointing out the obvious? I don't know. You fucked up. I will highlight that. You have a chance to change it now, so get on with it. I don't know. They want me to play dumb, and I have trouble with that because I'm not dumb as well. It's like I've got paperwork to prove I'm not dumb. So you want me to be dumb and coy and feed the ego? Or maybe that was just like my exes. I don't know. I've got huge ego issues, those two. One being an overt and the other being a covert narc. It's like, why aren't you just feeding my ego and, doing everything I want you to? It's control issues. I'm like, at this stage in my life, I am not for being controlled. I've outgrown that shit. I'm not willing to play dumb or coy to satiate someone's low self-esteem. I'm like, it's another facet to aging as well. I don't know if women out there are facing the same problems. As you age, you're less tolerant of bullshit. I'm going, no, I know what the benchmarks are for your age group. I expect you to adhere to them. It's like, I am not putting up with that shit. Or maybe we just do because we get trapped with the fuckers from a young age. That's what happened with my ex-husband. I got trapped with him from 17 and I didn't know any differently. So from 17, I took his shit. And he's an asshole. He's a real asshole. I mean, he gave away my fucking puppy, dude. Who gives away a fucking puppy? John Wick would kill him. I'd kill him if I knew better at the time. I need to find John Wick. And he's like hot as fuck. So anyway. But we're less inclined to take shit from people. So my standards have increased because I've got more to lose at this stage and less to tolerate, which makes it a bit trickier. It's like, and you get people turning around and saying, why don't you just drop your standards? I'm like, I don't want to drop my standards. I dropped my standards for my ex-boyfriend. This guy is a smoking, drinking, weed-loving fuckboy. And I'm pretty sure he wasn't monogamous. And I dropped it because I held a candle for him for 15 years. That candle was snuffed out as soon as I fucking dated him. I'm going, oh my God, this is the actual reality of the candle. Fuck that. Fuck that hard. With a broom, sideways. Fuck that. Oh no. So what do you do with that? I'm tired of putting people on pedestals where I create this image that they're the perfect human being and then having to deal with the fact that they're pieces of shit. I do that. But kind of like, it's not Greta Garbo, what is it? What's that lady? I love her, she's so beautiful. What was her name? Redhead. You wake up, what is it? You go to bed with Gilda, you wake up with me. What was her name? Oh, she's gorgeous. Rita Hayworth. Oh, she is beautiful. Was beautiful. I think she's dead now. But, it's like a reverse version of that. It's like I put them on the pedestal and deify them, and then the reality is they're pieces of shit. I'm going, how does this happen? And it's because I want the romance. I want the happy fairy tale where this person is a great person and everything's going to last. And maybe we just feed ourselves these ideas. I don't know. We want to believe the dream. I don't know. Could we blame mass media, or is it something more intrinsic? Is it in us? I mean, I know I'm a romantic. I know that much because, I don't know, maybe it's a form of escapism or something. I don't know. But, you've got to have some kind of fairy tale in your life. I mean, even if it's even in your sort of hero in your own lunchbox kind of fairy tale, isn't it? You've got to have someone who you just want to find and spend the rest of your life with. Otherwise, it's just not going to have the longevity to last God knows how many years. I mean, some people have been together their entire fucking life, and I'm jealous. I'll never get to my, like, what is it, silver wedding anniversary or whatever it is, simply because my ex-husband was a piece of shit. That annoys me, and it also, you know, breaks your heart a bit, because I like those milestones. I like that. It's a bit, you know, goofy or lame or cheesy, I don't know if you want to call it any of that, but I like them. I like the romance side of things and the fluffiness. That's part of my feminine coming out. I spend 6 days a week, you know, fighting for pain, trying not to kill people. When I get to my feminine side of things, I want things to be nice and fluffy. I want to be able to rely on a man and stuff like that. It's horrible. I want to sit in my femininity. And I mean that in a female sense, biological. If we're going into the gender argument again, that's a different podcast. I'm not doing that today. But, you know, I want to sit in my estrogen and enjoy it. You know, shall we go that way? Let me be a woman, you bastard. Stop making me having to make myself into a man. I just want to be a girl. Oh my God, I have the dresses. I only get to wear them once a week. Come on. I'm sure that's not sex assigned clothing. I'm sure it's just the fact that I enjoy getting a breeze. But I don't know. I'm sure there's some kind of programming conditioning going on there as well, mentally. But you know what, I'm just not going to admit it, because fuck it. What else is it? Things like Tinder worry me, because it was meant, and Bumble. I've been advised to go on Bumble, because apparently it's more serious than Tinder, and Tinder is just people trying to get laid, and I'm like, okay, no. I'm not doing either, because it sounds horrible, and I want things to occur naturally. I want to just find this person. I just want to come across them, I don't know, in a fucking flower market or something, you know? It's a bit Rodgers and Hammerstein, and suddenly the music comes up and out of fucking nowhere. I don't know, maybe there's like a strategically placed busker or something, I don't know. And then suddenly crowds start dancing. No, wait, that's something else. That's some kind of TikTok thing. Anyway, but no, I want the romance. I want, you know, Tom Hanks, fucking Meg Ryan, you've got mail bullshit. It's like, well, actually, that's just Persuasion, but like a modernist version. Anyway, you ever read Persuasion? It's pretty good. It's a bit dry, but then you get to the few, like 5 pages, what they're famous for, and then you go, oh my God, it's amazing. And then you just put the book down, because there's no point reading further. Kind of like Pride and Prejudice. No, I've read them both. Come on, I'm not talking about my ass. Anyway, but I want that Sleepless in Seattle gorgeous stuff, because it makes the mundane bullshit where I'm trying not to stick people's heads through walls nice. You know? The dream that something out there is nicer and fluffier and better than having to, you know, wipe asses all day or correct people being fucking idiots. Ooh, nice bike. Ooh, actually, that was a bit catty. That's a bit generic. People will argue with me about that. It's like, it's a fucking Ducati. You can't just say that. And it's like, I fucking can. They look the same. All of them look the fucking same. I don't like them. I like vintage BSAs and Triumphs and Indians and fuck you. I'm right. Anyway, it's my Virgoan high standards. Someone out there is my Virgoan twin. Any Virgos out there? Wherever you are. I don't know. You got those high standards? I fucking love them. Keep them up. Keep those high standards. That's hot. Anyway, so what do we do about this? It's like, even from a feminist standpoint, we're not allowed to, well, we say that. We're not supposed to, maybe. I don't know, I could be wrong. We're not supposed to have these deemed antiquated approaches to, you know, femininity where we're perceived to be dominated by the man. It's like, dude, I do enough shit in a day that I know that no man is ever gonna fucking dominate me. It's like, I know what I'm worth. I know what I can do. I know what happens on this side of the fence. If you want to romance me, fucking go for it. It's like, I'll romance you too, dude. I'll get you flowers and shit. I love that. Everyone should be getting fucking flowers and shit. Flowers are just fucking nice. It's not a guy thing, it's not a girl thing. Everyone should be getting chocolate. Everyone loves chocolate. And we should be definitely sleeping on the couch, because I'm assuming we're all past 30 at this point. Anyone listening to my podcast are bored to tits if they're below 30. You're probably bored to tits now. It's just that, you know, you've put the YouTube on and you can't be arsed getting up. So, because the mouse is so far away, right? Fuck. But yeah, it's like we all want the nice things. Flowers and chocolates and things are nice, and people saying nice things to us and about us and doing nice things with our genitals are just generally nice. We want that. As long as it's adult and consensual, fuck it, yeah. But that's the thing, it's like things become so, I don't know if it's my age group, but like we've cut the crap out, essentially. We've cut the romance out because we're like, I've seen so much bullshit. I don't know how much of this romance stuff is bullshit or just people trying to get in my pants or to get to my money. It's like, that's what we cut out with my age group, I think. If it's younger, I don't know if it's everybody just trying to get laid or drunk or to be seen as socially approved. It's like, in my age group, I have no interest in being socially approved. I'm more concerned with, are you gonna fuck around on me? It's like, I don't want you to fuck around on me. I just want you to be a person in my life that is a consistent, supportive thing, you know? Person. I should say person instead of thing. It does objectify people. I don't agree with objectifying people, man. It's like, I know some people got a fetish for it, and I have a partial kink to it sexually, because I'm like, yeah, we can play role play. But when it comes to long-term relationships, don't objectify people. They're still human beings, right? It's like, that's why I get pissed off when people use Tinder for fucking. I'm like, that's just a convenient hole. It's like, you're not even seeing the person at this stage. What the fuck? So you're negating any existence of value or anything like that. As an individual, as someone with a history, with a story, with a past, with everything that connects to everything with being human. You just see a fucking hole or a dick, and it's like, what is wrong with you fucking people? It's inhuman. It's dehumanizing. I fucking hate Tinder. I don't agree with it. I'm assuming Bumble will turn the same way. It's like, but it's just another way for you to lie to get laid, and I'm like, why are you doing this? I mean, my ex-boyfriend was all about lying to get laid. He created himself to be this fantastic fucking being who, of course, we have everything in common. Later I find out we have nothing in fucking common. And everything he did was based on him stalking my fucking Facebook to find out what I was interested in. And I'm like, in some ways that should be romantic, because it might open you up to new experiences and ways of seeing things, and maybe you'll be interested in new things by looking at what your partner is into, and maybe you'll find something that you can actually bond with. But the fact is, he only used it to create an image of what he was, or what he thought I wanted him to be. And then as soon as it got to like us living together, or, you know, at least a year, right? We weren't living together. We lived together for something like 6 months, and then I'm like, fuck this, I'm out. But we were together maybe a year, on and off, because this guy completely fuck up. But every time we got back together, it was like, okay, we'll try again. No, you fucked up again, I'm out. Oh, we'll try again. Okay, so we broke up about 3 or 4 times, just because he was an F and C, dude. But as about a year after we started, all the shit disappeared. All the niceness disappeared. All the things we supposedly had in common disappeared. It's like, he told me he would read books. He didn't read books. He took books to the pub so he could pretend that he was smart, and it would be a topic starter, but he never actually picked it up, read the fucking pages. He wanted to be perceived to be an intelligent person, or that he was interested in this. I've never seen him read a fucking book. I'm going, what the fuck, dude? I'm sitting there reading books in the gym, trying to keep my brain going while I'm on the treadmill and stuff like that. I go there to read. I don't want to be bothered. It's like the reverse of what he was trying to do. He said he would, you know, go to the gym and stuff like that. He signed up to it, never went. But he wanted to be seen that he would have common interest with me. It's like, I go to the gym, I enjoy it. I like the slow, steady pace of lifting weights and shit like that. And then I go on the treadmill with my book. He told me he was a vegetarian. He was like, I'm a vegetarian because I like animals. He was a vegetarian? No, he fucking isn't. He fucking is not. I've seen him eat steaks and shit like that. I'm going, look, this wasn't something that I wanted you to be as a condition that you had to be with me. It was just, I don't give a fuck if you eat meat, to be honest. That's you. You do you. I'm not going to parent you, okay? I'm not going to tell you you have to do things a certain way. You're old as fuck. You're 40 now. It's like, all the 50-year-olds are like, hey. Like, no, you guys are still hot too. Come on. We're all hot. Everybody's changing the age groups of hotness. We know that. Look at Keanu Reeves, like 57 now. Fucking hot. But, you know, I'm not the kind of person that will put conditions on, or I wasn't. Now I am. I'm saying, right, I don't want a smoker. I don't want a heavy drinker. I don't want anyone that does drugs. I'm like, if you are not monogamous, get the fuck away from me. You know, all these conditions came out of having to drop my standards for an asshole who didn't deserve it. I mean, I know he was punching above his weight. He had nothing to offer, and I had this candle, which was his only way in, and he actively fucking snuffed it out. I'm going, you fucked yourself in this example, you know? Oh my god. But he stalked my fucking Facebook. How creepy is that? Oh my god, dude, no. And then, like, after we broke up, I moved away. I moved to like the next suburb over because I just didn't want anything to. I didn't want to be reminded of him. To be honest, that's what I did with my ex-husband as well. I don't want to be reminded. But the only thing I still had in that suburb was my gym. It was because I was signed in, and they wanted me to pay some stupid ass fees, like $800 or something, just to get out of it. And I'm going, fuck that. I'll just wear it out, and then swap it at the end. But that was the only thing I had in the area near him. So what did he do? He moves next door to my gym in the apartment block. What the fuck? And then signs up to the same fucking gym. I'm going, dude, I know you don't go to the gym. What the fuck? Why are you doing this? Thankfully, I haven't run into him yet. But I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, what is this creeper shit? What do you want? Oh my God. And I've kept my ear to the ground as well. So I'm sitting there listening to shit that's going around. Because I've got some people on the inside, shall I say. It's interestingly creepy what he's doing. He's slagging me off to his friends. And he's saying I sleep around. I was like, oh, dude, I don't sleep around. It's like, why would you say that? Because it eliminates the competition, doesn't it? If the guys in that group think, not that I would bang his friends because, bro code, but some of those people are not his friends, I'm just saying. But, it eliminates competition. If he makes me look bad, then they're not going to want to have anything to do with me. And I'm going, what a fucking prick thing to do. It's like I made friends with some of those people. Now they think I'm an asshole because of the thing you told them I do. It doesn't make sense. It's like, he wants to cut off the competition, so, I don't know, maybe he wants to come back or something. I'm going, this is the kind of shit I have to deal with through dating. It's like, I don't want to do this. I just want shit to be fluffy and flowery, man. What the fuck? I want the romance. Instead, I get fuckboys that can't let go and want to control every situation that I've ever touched so that no one else will touch me. It's like, what the fuck? This is not romantic. This is stalker behavior. Oh my God, it's narcissistic stalker behavior. So this is my first experience out of, being married. This is my first experience post-divorce. And it's a F and C. What should I say? I want to say fucking cunt, but I won't say it, right? Children, don't listen. Definitely don't repeat these words. Fuck. You wouldn't know that I'm a primary school teacher. Anyway. Oh, we're thinking it. We're just not saying it. We're thinking it. Some teachers make the best comedians. I piss myself sometimes because we've all gone through the same traumatic shit with the kids. Or other staff members or admin. It's a interesting game of trying to survive sanity-wise. Anyway, so what do? It's like, I'm thinking, do I take up yoga classes? But I used to do yoga and Pilates, right? But it's all like middle-aged women who eat salami and fart a lot. And I'm like, this is not attractive. And whilst I go both ways, I would not bang these people. I would not. And they're married, right? So it's like, anyone who's married is just not happening. I'm just not even going there. I don't do the whole, oh, he's hot. Oh, he's married. Oh, I don't care, he's still hot. It's like, I don't do that. If they're married, it's not happening. That's insanity, right? So marriage is sanctity. You don't touch that shit. Someone who's married is done deal, you're done. Same as people who are with someone. It's like the grey area between. It's like, I still consider them taken. It's like, I'm not interested. They're taken. They got someone, right? Okay, I'll find someone else. That's the tricky bit, because you don't know who's taken. And I live in an area where there's a lot of fucking polygamists, and I'm going, what the fuck is going on here? Because I was watching Facebooks. In my social group I used to hang around with, that was my ex-boyfriend's social group, or wannabe social group. They're all in their early 20s. And I'm looking at their statuses. I'm trying to figure out more about these people so I can make friends with them. Okay? Because like I want to understand what they are, who they are, what they're into, stuff like that. The kind of things you do when you get to know someone. Kind of like the reverse Facebook stalking my ex-boyfriend was doing. I'm not doing it to fuck these people. I'm doing it to understand them. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to figure out who's going out with who. Because I'm nosy. I don't mind being labelled as nosy. And then they're young kids, and I like the romance factor of it. I'm like, oh, they're going out. It's so cute. Oh, they're a good couple. And I'm sitting there like matchmaking, which is terrible because I don't know these people properly, and I'm sitting there pushing them towards each other. But no, anyway, that's me being a horrible person. I do it with guys in the gym. They're not even gay, but I want them to match up, you know? It's very interesting. I'm like, you guys will make a great couple. We're not gay. Aw, couldn't you try it for a bit just to see? Because you're so cute together. But I'm trying to figure out, and one of them, like a few of them, are just fucking each other. I'm going, why are you doing that? Because this just leads to, you know, emotional damage and trauma and stuff. I didn't tell them that because I'm like, you guys are young and dumb, you'll figure it out, right? But I was looking at the statuses, and like, and one of the girls had a single status, and the guy she was banging didn't have any status. He just hit it, and I'm going, well, this is just confusing because I know you two are together. Are you together, or are you just shagging, or what is this? And it's confusing as fuck. I'm going, this is just annoying because I don't know who is with who or what anyone's doing. And I like when you get married, I like that people wear rings because it makes it clear, right? As long as everyone's fucking following the rules. My ex-husband didn't follow the rules. He wore his ring for, I think, 6 months of our marriage and then stopped wearing it. I'm like, okay. He told me it was because it kept getting in the way of the bar when he was at the gym. And I'm like, okay, it's made of tungsten, but okay. It's not going to scrape it. It's like the hardest fucking metal there is. I wore my ring for most of it. Like I just stopped wearing it in the end, I think. I think it got too tight or something. And to take it off, you have to crush it. So, yeah. But, you know, it wasn't a good time. It wasn't a good time. I don't recommend. And I don't think I'd ever get a tungsten ring again because they are ugly as fuck. I put Celtic knotwork on it because you can get it engraved. Put Celtic knotwork on both of them because they're like matching rings. So I thought, oh, cool. Like we're a couple. We can have matching rings. That'd be nice. I would still do that in the future. I think not exactly the same, but you know, something to the effect of. But you know, it just didn't work. He gave up on the marriage early, I think. I don't think he ever believed in the marriage. I don't think he was ever monogamous, to be honest. I kept finding things like bags of clothes in the back of his car and shit like that, used underwear. I'm going, who the fuck is this? And he would claim that it was his brothers that borrowed the car and this was his brother's shit. I'm going, first of all, I know your brother and he's not the type. So, but this is all shit you brush under the rug when you're, you know, married to a non-monogamous person. It's like, oh, of course he'd never cheat on me. Yeah, no. Anyway, so bad experiences have tainted my worldview of what dating should be. What do you do with that? I don't know. And you wonder people wonder why I got trust issues. I mean, like, if you've listened to any of the other podcasts, I've got trust issues because I had a fucked up childhood, fucked up marriage, fucked up ex-boyfriend, a series of traumatic, abusive interactions with people. It's like, why do you have trust issues? I couldn't say. I really couldn't narrow it down to one fucking example, but there are a few. There are a few reasons to not trust people. I mean, the biggest issue I have with trust at the moment was my ex-husband, because I actively chose him. I feel shit about that. It's like, this is a person who was not blood related to me that abused me. It was someone I had trusted because I chose them. I thought I was making the right decision. I gave my life to him. And I thought it would last, honestly. I felt like a fucking mug when I had to leave that. So I honestly thought he was the one, you know, sort of thing. And it's just everything collapsed because he decided to be an egotistical asshole. Which is horrible, really. I'd hedged all my bets on this one person for it to survive, and I'd fought for him and to make it work, and 16 years under the belt of service to his fucking ego drama. And in the end, he gives me a fucking ultimatum. It's like, you gotta have an open marriage, otherwise I'm leaving you. It's like, yeah, fuck, dude. What the fuck? Who the fuck do you think you are? So I approach relationships now with a different view. It's like, I gave everything to that arsehole. I tried to, you know, give my all to the ex-boyfriend, but at the same time I kept seeing the same fucking flags popping up that I had with my ex-husband, and I'm going, this is not gonna fucking work. Not only are there more flags, they're big flags. I'm going, fuck this. So now I've pulled my standards way up high to the point where I don't know if anyone can get them. I'm just like, it's standards or walls, pick one. Both, actually. But it's, you know, I think it's my right to at this stage. I've been through enough shit. I don't want to be settling for some fuckhead who doesn't want to try or doesn't want to do the right thing or the perceived right thing, you know? And I've been watching a lot of people talking online who are like relationship coaches and stuff like that, because I find it interesting now. It's an avenue I'm unfamiliar with, so I want to research it a bit more. There's this one guy he's just shouts into a microphone about how much guys are assholes, and I'm going, well, yeah, I can see how you got your clientele. I can see guys are assholes, right? The guy's sitting there quivering in the background crying. It's like, stop picking on us. But he makes some poignant remarks. I'm going, Jesus Christ, okay. Either you're going to get a lot of clients or you're going to get a lot of sex, one of them. So congratulations, I guess, if that's your motive. But he's saying things like, I have to get out of my house. And it's like, first of all, I don't do much. I work before work. I work as a teacher. I work after work. I pass on the couch for an hour and then I go to the gym. That is my life. On the weekend, maybe I have a cheat day and I go and find some cake and coffee. That's about it. It's like, what you want me to do is go out to pubs and clubs and things, because that's where people are. I see like guys in the gym, but I'm like, I'm watching the way they, you know, lift at the rack and they don't wipe anything down, and I'm going, fuck that. Is that standard too high? I don't know. Basic etiquette and manners, I don't know, dude. I gotta find a gym rat that isn't a prick. It's tricky. It's gonna be really tricky because they're all, you know, pumped up because they can lift shit. I'm going, dude, I need a hybrid. I need like a, I don't know. I'm eyeballing Henry Cavill. He's alright. I saw him help a girl down the stage when she was wearing a dress, and I'm like, God damn, I think I just ovulated. He's got manners, and it's fucking hot. Yeah, he did. I was impressed with that. I'm going, and he puts together computers as well, so I was impressed with that. I'm going, I don't even know how that shit works, so if you've managed to figure that out, good for you, guy. It's like, I'm not computer minded, not really. I think if I do play computers, and I do have a Steam account, I do some gaming, but it's all like Farmville. I'm not the intense kind of go in and aggressively shoot and kill things. I tried Skyrim for a bit, but I just sat around, you know, killing worms, and I felt bad. So I'm like, they're just living their little wormy life, man. They just wanna exist and attack people. You just let them do it, dude. Yeah, I'd rather go on quests where you can just collect treasure. I would rather do that. There's probably a game for that. It's the, you know, mid to late 30s female collect treasure shit game. That's probably the name of it, right? Yeah, neckbeards love it too, I'll bet. Anyway, that's how you get all the chicks. But, you know, I am Conholio. God, that brings back memories. Anyone remember Rem and Stimpy? Oh my God, what the fuck were they on? I don't know. But that's the thing, is like, I want someone to spend the, you know, the next 20, 30, 40 years just reminiscing about random shit that we did in our childhood, that everyone has a common factor about. You can't do that with younger guys. They don't understand. They're like, who the fuck is Cornholio? I'm like, oh my God, you fetus, get away from me. I need an older guy. And my tastes sometimes go to even older aspects than that, right? It's like I'm sitting there talking about, you know, fucking jazz singers and shits and movies from like the 40s. I'm sitting there talking about musicals like Oklahoma and stuff like that, or Shakespearean stuff, and people just don't get it. It's like, what the fuck is Oklahoma? It's a fucking musical, you bastard, you uncultured swine. What the fuck? How do you not know what Carousel is, or Pacific? You know, it's like, how do you not know? So yeah, I mean, these are not the people you can take to a museum because they just don't know what the fuck it is. It's like, I got a collection of treasures. Like, yes, I have a collection of treasure, but also I know where it comes from, what era it was. It's like I gotta find someone who's got similar interests to me. Art galleries where you can't actually discuss the art because they're like, I'm gonna throw some fucking oil at it because I'm protesting climate change, dude. I will slap you if you ever do that. I will not hold back either. I will Zsa Zsa Gabor your ass. Fucking love that woman. She was feisty. Is she still alive? I don't know. But, you know, it's just, it's bullshit. It annoys me. I mean, I could be a cougar, but I don't want to. I feel like I'm raising someone else's child again, and I've already raised 2 men-child, so I'm holding out hope for someone who's my age or older with a maturity level that is appropriate. Right, I'm going to have to leave it there. I'm just saying that if anyone's got any other insight into places that you could find, guys, it would be nice to hear it. That aren't traumatizing experiences like the pub, where I generally get sexually harassed. I don't like that either. I was like, I don't giggle and titter and say, oh, you. I generally go, what the fuck, asshole? Walk out. You fucking creeper. I have no problem calling people creepers to their face. That's the problem as well. I can be quite terse. Is terse the word? I don't know. Gonna have to get my thesaurus out. So if anyone's got ideas, it would be great to hear. I don't know if anyone's had any good experiences with their finding a spouse or something like that on dating apps and stuff like that. Some people had good experiences. I was talking to some lady yesterday, actually, one of my prac students, and she found her guy who's Irish on, I think it's Tinder or something like that. But he seems to be a good guy. So there must be hope for us yet, right? I cannot bring myself to do the human equivalent of eBay in terms of spousal sourcing. I can't buy my, maybe I should do mail order. I'll go find some, you know, Scottish or, I don't know. Where's the third world countries? Scotland's not a third world country. No, I know, but they're fucking hot, aren't they? Anything in a kilt. It's just easy access, isn't it? Way! And we're up and off and running. Pants, they only get in the way. But I gotta find someone. Anyway, I'm gonna have to leave it there because I've got, 20 minutes to get to my first class. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day. It is Wednesday. Please tell me some good experiences because right now I'm just traumatizing myself trying to find a decent person. Decent human being at this stage would be nice. That's not gay. I keep finding gay guys as well. It's like, you're fabulous though. I'm like, I know, but you like cock more than I do. So help me find someone who's good for me. Or maybe the same level, I don't know. All right, leaving it there. All right, have a good one, guys. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
So space, night, death, darkness, not being there is an essential component of being there. You don't have the one without the other.